Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 10 of Wands to start us out. This is very heavy energy. This is kind of feels to me like we're just getting started with something that's really demanding, right? Something that is requiring a lot of your energy, and it maybe feels overwhelming right now. Because I like to look at the 10 of any suit, but especially the 10 of Wands. It's kind of like we're at the base of the mountain, and it feels like we've got all of this journey left in front of us, right? But what it feels like is this is the hardest it's going to get. There's the cat to confirm that this is the heaviest that this burden will be. Now we're going to put this into some context, and here's our resident house cat for everyone to meet. This is TT. She's our Sphinx cat. It's been getting a little bit warmer here. It's been a weird winter, but it's been getting warmer here, so she's coming down to the studio more often to hang out with us. When it's really cold, she stays upstairs, and she has her own electric blanket that she likes to lay inside of. Anyway, we're going to put this into some context, because I feel like this is perhaps the beginning of something that feels very heavy. It feels like a pretty huge burden, a huge deal right now. That it's really this, I think, is the most difficult it's going to get. I think you're still kind of at the beginning of something, but it really is paying off. I mean, I feel like it's really fun what you're doing. We've got some more fire energy. We've got a Prince of Cups back here, and a 6 of Cups, look at that, and a 3 of Cups. So to me, this is really, we go from 9, and then we get to 6, then we get to 3, right? So to me, it's purifying, it's simplifying, things are getting better and better. This is a real win for you. Let's see what else we have. I bet we're going to get some earth energy over here. Well, there's some Hermit energy, that's earth energy. No, 4 of Swords, no, Moon card. Earth? No, Fool, look at that. Well, this might not be, it might not really be geared so much toward your finances. I'm sure the finances are part of all of this water energy, because this water needs some sort of container, right? But I feel there's a lot of joy, a lot of love, a lot of connection coming your way. I really feel like your jackpot is awaiting you, and it's kind of, it's almost like we're getting to the end of the rainbow, and it turns out there's a pot of gold there, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we are just going to set this down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, or you have a hunch, put that hunch down in the comments, yeah? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition, okay? I'm drawn to this Prince of Cups back here, okay? And I kind of feel like that's a contemporary to you. I feel like it's somebody about your age. And I wonder if you had a relationship with them, a friendship, a business relationship, platonic or romantic, doesn't matter. I feel like they lied to you. And I feel like this really changed the way you kind of like relate to people. Yeah. And I don't know if it feels like it's more personal than than a business thing or a work thing. It could be a coworker, but there was a personal relationship. There was a friendship or more than that outside of work. And I feel like they just did something that kind of betrayed you, I guess. I mean, that might be too harsh of a word. Okay, but they lied to you about something. They weren't being truthful. They weren't being authentic about something. And I feel that kind of set you apart from that place or from that group of friends or from that particular person. Okay. I'm also wondering if they reached out to you with a letter or something, if they mailed a letter to you. I'm seeing something handwritten in an envelope that maybe you have never even opened it, but I think you have it. Yeah. I don't know how that relates to all of this yet, but I do know that what you have set out upon for your life, I feel like maybe you did walk away from a person like that. Maybe that was the moment where you decided, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna take care of my life. I'm gonna pursue my happiness, my 9 of Cups. And if that involves relationships with other people, then that's great. If it doesn't, that's great too. This energy tells me that you are pushing forward with your life no matter what happens, right? And if someone's in your life or someone comes into your life and they prove that they don't deserve to be there, 86, right? And I feel like that puts a lot more of a sense of responsibility on you, but it also makes the journey a little bit better, right? Because we're directing our own lives. We're calling the shots. You're carrying all of the weight of it. But it's like it feels better to do that than to rely on somebody who is not authentic, like that Prince of Cups, may be a little bit inauthentic. But what you are doing, the journey that you are on, and you may still be at the base of the mountain for it. It may still feel like you're kind of at the beginning, and there's a lot of mountain left to climb. Now, when you're at the base of a mountain, it's wide, right? It's 10 cubits long. And there's a lot of room for error. There's a lot of room for kind of wandering around, like going sideways and stuff. A lot of room for indecision. A lot of room for kind of idling around. A lot of room for changing paths, trying other things. Just kind of getting your bearings, right? The further we get up the mountain, when we get to a 6, when we get to a 3, it's a lot more narrow. It's only 6 or 3 cubits wide, you know? So there's a lot less room for error, a lot less room for deviation. It gets more refined, right? And, well, let's start with the 9, because the 9 of Cups is a pretty detailed idea of what you want in life as far as the feeling tone of your life goes, the type of satisfaction and fulfillment you're looking for. This card is all about the pursuit of happiness. This card is all about following your bliss. Yeah. And so I think that we've made that choice in life fairly recently. I don't know, that Prince of Cups, maybe it was something last year or more recently. I don't know. But you've made a decision to follow your own bliss and pursue your happiness. This card is physical fulfillment, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative fulfillment up at the top there. All 3 areas of your life, and very kind of broad, sections are going to be experiencing the abundance of this 3, right? The 3 times. And that 3 is all about abundance. It's the 3 really is about you understanding the process of creation, the process of change. And this tells me that you are understanding what you want, what you need, what you require, what bliss you are following physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, creatively. So you know what you need in those different levels of life, and you're going after those things. Right? And you're looking for wholeness. We're not just pursuing, let's say, physical pleasure and bliss, right? And fulfillment. But the mental, emotional stuff too. And of course, the spiritual creative stuff, all planes of being. You know what you want, and you understand how to get that. It's still kind of a difficult journey, but that's where you're going, right? And we see the 7 of Wands down here at the bottom, and that's the to me, that's the feeling like kind of like it's. I almost get this like you against the world feeling a little bit, because it feels like that Prince of Cups kind of turned you off to things. It tainted your outlook on life or about people a little bit. And so it feels like there is a big challenge. It does feel like this mountain is impossible to climb, right? But what all these cards really are telling us, especially when we have a 10, and then we've got a 9, and we've got a 6 and a 3. 9, 6, 3, I mean, those are the magical numbers of creation, right? And what it tells me is that this 10 of Wands, this burden, this difficulty at the beginning, this kind of really heavy load that you're carrying, it's going to continue to get easier. Because as you do it, you're refining your energy. And there's less room for deviation. There's less like temptation to go a different way. You're really getting to know yourself and knowing kind of exactly how you want your life to be. There will always be change and there will always be challenges. But this card is the confidence to meet those challenges head on and figure out the way to overcome them. See, we've got the 4 of Swords over here in the position of the environment. We know how to successfully navigate these challenges that we have here. We've got this confidence that things are going to work out okay in our relationships with other people and the challenges that we encounter in life. We're going to find a way to make the best of it because we can't control everything. So a lot of the time, life is all about rolling with the punches. Yeah. And I think you're doing the best job that you can there. The 6 of Cups that's at the top here, this is really finding the way to live in harmony, to embrace the changes. Yeah. And to me, this is finding a way, again, kind of rolling with the punches, but also finding your people, finding your tribe, finding those individuals or those groups of individuals in life that really resonate and harmonize with you. You don't have to be friends with everybody, You don't have to let everybody in on that personal level. If these are coworkers, they can just be coworkers. You don't have to have a personal relationship with them. You are choosing only those relationships that you feel there is a deeper connection. Right, and sometimes this means we exclude other people. It doesn't mean you're being rude. It doesn't mean you're being inconsiderate. It means that you're focusing on quality rather than quantity. And this, I think, is how you're going to create success in your life. Especially with that 3 of Cups there. 3 of Cups is abundance, right? The 3 of Cups is you knowing what you want and how to get it. And then really, I think the 6 is you going after that and getting it, right? Because we have a 3 and then we double the 3. We kind of mirror it out into the physical environment. It's kind of a law of attraction thing. You're putting out the vibes that you want to receive from the universe, right? And this could be translating to, physical success. But I think even with the physical success, we don't have a lot of earth cards here. Let's see what we have. We've got the major arcana over here. We've got fire, obviously. We've got our water here as well. We've got a little bit of air. And then for the earth, we just really have the Hermit. That's really the only earth energy that we have. So I feel like maybe the mystery card will be the manifestation of all of this energy. And like I said, all that water needs a vessel. So the physical success, the physical manifestation is coming, because it's going to be the container for all of this joy and bliss and love and connection, right? And happiness and bliss, you know. Do you have a fireplace in your house? I feel the Spirit showing me a kind of a raging hearth, a nice fireplace. And to me, that's really a symbol, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have a fireplace. I don't know if you use it. Some people don't use their fireplace. We don't have one, but I would totally use one. I feel like it's something that everybody kind of can gather around for heat and comfort and community, right? And the sense of family. And I feel like you're not letting just anybody kind of come and sit by your fire with you. You know, I feel like you're being a little bit more guarded than that. And there's only a select few people. And as life continues, maybe those people will become fewer and fewer until it's just a couple people. Like I said, we're focusing on quality, not quantity. So I feel like those people that really get invited to the fireplace, right, to that, the central room in the house kind of thing, are very special people. Yeah. And I think you're very discerning with who you allow into that room. Right? Let's go the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it really does help out the channel, and I really, really do appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. Major arcana. Yeah. First is that Hermit energy. And I can see in a situation like this, I feel like this person like lied to you. I feel like whatever happened there, you kind of turned away from people. You just said, well, I don't need to be friends with these people. I feel like you're someone who, you like to have the last word, don't you? I feel like that's kind of part of your energy there. But in this case, I feel like you didn't. I feel like you just kind of walked away. You know, I feel like you just kind of turned your back and just went the other way, rather than trying to have this argument with this person, you know, because I don't think there was anything that they were going to say that would have really made a difference. You know, if they did what they did, there's no way that they could convince you otherwise, you know. So I think you kind of went within, and it's a very common Cancer thing to just kind of withdraw into the shell a little bit. And I think that's fine, because that's where we're able to really reconnect with Spirit, reconnect with our divinity, and realign ourselves kind of with our star. You know, realign ourselves with our path in life and figure out what do I want? How do I want to get it? What kind of things in life am I just not going to put up with anymore? And what kind of things am I going to actively pursue and make room for? Who in your life is a teacher? Spirit's telling me to ask about the teacher. Maybe this isn't happening in a school situation. Maybe this was a teacher. No, I don't know. I don't know who the teacher was. Anyway, the Hermit is also the card that's now focused on creating a fertile ground for imagination and for manifestation. Yeah. So a lot of this water energy is you really gathering data, right? It's really you kind of living in your feelings, living in your imagination, and knowing what you want. And figuring out how you're going to manifest it. And then, of course, you know, we got to get to work, and we've got to pursue those things. So we need the fire energy, because the fire is saying, look, we have all this water, we've got all this imagination. We need action too. We need the impulse to drive all of this energy into the earth, right? To manifest it in the physical plane, the material world there. Our cat is back here. We also have the Four of Swords, and to me that's kind of a no-nonsense card. But the Four's telling me a couple of things. Let me get our cat here. The Four is telling me, first of all, that you are not looking for the arguments. That this isn't something that you are You're not engaging in those kind of debates and discussions and the fights and the arguments. You're just not playing that game. And if something's not for you, hermit mode, you can walk away. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to explain. You don't have to argue. You don't have to listen to their explanation. It's just, see ya. You don't have to say a word. And I think that's kind of a very mature way of doing things, right? That is, that's saving you the most grief by just walking away. Yeah. Who's got the peppermint candy? Or the peppermint, maybe it's essential oil. I'm getting a very strong scent of peppermint. It's not you, TT, I know, and it's not her. Spirit's given me that impression of peppermint. I don't know if that's a relation, maybe a callback to like the holidays, like the Christmas time or something, or if it's some sort of perfume or essential oil, but very strong peppermint aroma. Anyhow, what are you doing, Kat? It saves a lot of grief to not engage in those kinds of arguments, not engage in the gossip or the debate or the friction, right? Or any of that kind of discord. And it could be that this person right here is really a gaslighter. It could be they're a gossiper. It could be that they really like to instigate and really like to kind of start drama. This is you not falling for it, right? This is you kind of maintaining your centeredness and your poise and your calm, steady breathing and not falling for it, right? Not falling for it. I feel like you've been hearing the same song over and over again, right? There's music playing kind of everywhere you go, every time you open up your Google Music or do they still have Google Music? I guess it's YouTube Music now. Or anytime you hear a song on the radio or in a supermarket, it seems like it's the same song kind of following you around. Have you been noticing that? Keep your eye out for that. And then listen to the words of that song, because I think that's really one of these songs, and it may not even be a song you like or know, but it's one of these songs that I think really is like, it's kind of like an Eye of the Tiger type of song. You know what I'm talking about? I feel kind of that energy around you where it's just like, Spirit's encouraging you to, yes, do you, go your way, find your people, create your jackpot, go out and make your success, right? Make your happiness, make your bliss. Yeah. But the difficult thing is the moon card, obviously. The moon is always going to be one of those uncertain cards. It's a dark doorway. And we see what's on the other side of that doorway here on the table in theory. But when you're standing right in front of this moon card in real life, let's say, it's going to look a little scary, right? It's going to be a couple of things. One, this is the idea that we can never be 100% certain about anything in the future, that we don't know what's coming down the line, even a millisecond from now. I didn't know she was going to do this. We can guess. I should have known that she would try to climb around me like this. But we cannot be certain. We can be, I gotta move this cat. We can be 99% sure that the sun will rise tomorrow, but there's no way that we could be 100%. Okay, that's just the nature of the way we perceive the world and our perception and the way the energy of the world flows. Wrong card. Some things are relatively certain to the degree that we'd be willing to bet on it. Like I'd put money on the fact that the sun's going to rise sometime in the next 24 hours. I would bet on it. I would put money that she's probably going to try to claw at my hair or my clothes in just a few seconds, right? But that doesn't help us really when we are thinking of our own future and trying to see if we're making the right decision, if we should take this step in this new direction. And that's kind of like we're at the bottom of the mountain and we're trying to pick the best path up the mountain. Well, down here, when we have a 10 of wands and the base is really wide, there are a lot of different paths that we could take, an infinite number of paths, right? So it's kind of scary to pick one and go in that direction because we can't see what's on the other side. All right. And I'm reminded of Zhuangzi, the Taoist sage and writer and storyteller from way, way back. He wrote that a path is made by walking it, right? And so to me, what that kind of like a road is built by just people walking that path, right? So the way is created as we are doing it, as we are making the way, we're creating the path, right? So to me, this is kind of like, it doesn't really matter where you start or which path you take. It's just a matter of getting started, right? And to me, the 10 of Wands really does showcase that, because we're trying to get that sun to rise down here. And it's going to take all the effort we can. And once we start climbing this mountain and we start making progress in this direction, we're going to see a lot more about the path. Our options are going to get narrower and narrower and narrower until we're just going straight ahead. There's nothing else to do. Down here at the bottom, there are infinite choices. The next step up, there's a little bit less than infinite choices. And then as you go up, a little bit less, until there's no choice. It's just a straight shot. But I think getting started really is the first and most difficult thing. Yeah. Because we're at that 10. It feels this is really heavy, and there's no way to know for sure if I'm making the right moves. Just let's make a move, and then we'll reassess. We'll see where we are, and we'll make another move. And we'll make our path moment to moment as we go through this dark doorway. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage, and thankfully we've got courage down here. Deep within you, this 7 of Wands, it is courage. And it has always been there. Always been there. I don't think you shy away from difficult things. And once we do that, then look at this. We have this Fool. The Fool is not... I'm always bumping into little Bob Ross. The Fool is not a card that really has a path. The Fool is really the ultimate Taoist, really, because it's kind of a fool, kind of a sage, and is just making a path as it goes. But not even really intentionally. It's just doing what feels right in the moment, doing what feels right in the next moment, knowing that the results, the consequences of our actions can never be fully known, just trying to do what's right in every moment. And at the end of the day, looking back and be like, wow, I really made a pretty cool path. Maybe it was kind of squiggly, but maybe that just kind of adds to the art of it, right? Straight lines are efficient, but they're not really fun to look at. We like a lot of wavy lines, right? A lot of movement in our paintings and stuff. It shows that you lived a very rich life, and that you're having a lot of varied experiences, some good, some bad. It will always be that way. But that moon, that dark doorway, is not holding you back. Right? Now, Spirit's showing me a box full of old concert tickets. Do you save like the shows, musical shows and stuff, or festivals? Do you save all the ticket stubs? I got all these white. I'm seeing anyway. I don't have any myself, but I'm seeing all these white ticket stubs. Some of them are very white. A lot of them are starting to get yellow and brown and kind of dark where you can't read them anymore. So I feel like there's a long history of kind of going to shows or musical festivals or something, and I feel like you've been keeping those ticket stubs. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. The Fool energy. So your future is what you make it right now. And I think that this is kind of like the beginning of the rest of your life for you. And seeing the water energy that we have here, the 3, the 6, the 9 of Cups, this is the jackpot, right? This is the beauty and the majesty and the harmony and the bliss and the love that's just waiting for you to go to it. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card, though. That's something we've got to look at this, right, TT? If you have a prediction for this, put it in the comments. I'm thinking, of course, some earth energy. I want some kind of a vessel. I want an Ace of Pentacles. That would be fabulous, right? Let's just see what we have. Oh, a 10 of Pentacles. It's even better. To me, this is the kind of reverse of what I see with the 10 of... the 10 of Wands to me feels like the heavy burden at the base of the mountain. We're just getting started. This is the most difficult part of the trip. This is the end of the trip. This is when you get that jackpot. And this is your best life. You've got your pets, your plants, your people are in there. You are in your best life. This really is the jackpot, because this picture contains all of this water energy as well. All of the bliss and happiness that you're feeling in here. This is the venue for it. This is the vessel for it, right? This is what is holding it and containing it. And this picture may change. The further you get up the mountain and we're refining our choices, narrowing down our choices, this picture is going to change too. Okay? This is just like an archetype. It's just an example. Yours is going to look a little different. And even yours will continue to evolve as you ascend. Okay? Beautiful energy. Perfect confirmation. We are going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around for that. Click on the link that's up in the corner. Otherwise, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Cancer every Tuesday and Friday, but I'm here every single day. Come on back tomorrow. Okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.